Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Bryant, I'm curious, why did the county, on the last day was the last day, brought in county employees to take part of being part of the observers?
They weren't observing; they were actually adjudicating. So they were doing. Yes,
okay.
and I think they just needed all hands on deck. So I mean, that was the intent, was to get the work done, finish counting, because they kept thinking they were done and they weren't.
Well, because I heard that then, because I was thinking that you were saying they were to make up for the lack of not having Republican there. So were we short of having volunteers to go in and observe in Maricopa?
I don't believe so. There was always at least 2 of us in the tabulation center, and at least one in one of the other rooms, the signature verification. What the employees were doing was the adjudication work, which also requires 2 different parties to adjudicate each ballot. So you had to have at least 2 of the 3 parties to do that. So that's what the county employees were doing at the end. They brought them on just to help the backlog.
Well, that's what I was thinking, Mr. Chairman, because I was thinking we should have called in more of the party workers then to come in and help rather than do that. But that's fine. You clarified it for me.
We didn't call anybody in. That's, I think, the joy of this hearing. Every single one of these individuals has stepped forward of their own volition. And I to be honest with you, I'm mortified to hear what's coming out of your mouth, but I am so delighted that you have had the courage to come in here. Very few people. Representative Roberts, just keep in mind, we still have got a dozen witnesses to hear, and it's 3:30. So.
Sorry, and they're all really important.
I just wanted to revisit what you were saying as far as you got to a point where they continued to say that they didn't know where these trucks of ballots were coming from.
They didn't. It's not that they didn't know. It's that they didn't know how many were still coming.
Okay. I assume at this point in time these were not early ballots in any way, shape, or form. I'm just kind of curious, while we've been discussing this, did anything stand out to you as far as these new ballots that they didn't know where they were coming from, as far as a physical appearance in any way?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Everything, it just looked like ballots just kept coming. So they all looked the same. They all came in the same bins. So.
Senator Borelli.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ma'am, just one real quick question. I'm sorry I was out. I don't know if it was addressed yet. But during the adjudication process where they were on the duplication, you said you were there observing. Was there a Republican and a Democrat sitting there literally making the corrections?
Yes. So one was running the mouse on the computer. One was running the computer mouse, and the other one was logging anything they changed by hand. So, and then at the end of their shift, I will tell you that this process, of all the things I saw, was probably the cleanest. So at the end of their shift, they got a report of everything they changed on the computer, and they had to go through their hand log, and they had to both agree that everything they did was what they said they were going to do.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am.